Welcome back to the Football Heritage, back again with another edition. Today we're looking at the Champions League. May we will have the round of 16 first leg in the Champions League. Chelsea got battered. Chelsea get battered at Paris Saint-Germain. And Real Madrid hammer Manchester City at the Santiago Bernabeu. What a May week. Premier League teams in the mud. This is why we say that the Champions League doesn't start properly until the knockout stages. The Champions League start the knockout stages. When it's knockout, that's the time the proper Champions League start. So the English teams during the group stage, they dominated. We had 5 teams from the Premier League in the top 8 of the group stage. The top 8, we have 5 teams in the top 8. Newcastle was the only team among the 6 teams that in the Champions League from the Premier League that went to the playoff. The other 5 qualified automatically to the last 16. But from the look of things, what happened in the first leg of the last 16? Let's start with Liverpool. Liverpool against Galatasaray. Liverpool went to Galatasaray as a clear favorite to win, despite their struggle in the Premier League. But you know Liverpool, they have won the highest Champions League from the Premier League. So they have that in them. The Liverpool of the old, even the Liverpool that used to struggle in the Premier League, they always used to perform in the Champions League. They won the Champions League in 2005 with a dusty Liverpool team, and they went to the final 2007 with another dusty Liverpool team that had people like Real Madrid present coach Abeloa, and they had people like Jamie Pennant, Peter Crouch, or dusty Liverpool team lost 2-1 to AC Milan in 2007 Champions League final. Filippo Inzaghi scoring 2 goals for AC Milan. So many pundits expected Liverpool to beat Galatasaray, but the first 3 minutes of that game, Galatasaray defense was in disarray. They couldn't put passes together. They gave the ball so many times in that first few minutes for Liverpool to take the lead, but Liverpool failed to take advantage. The first 4 minutes of that game, Liverpool failed to take advantage. They had so many chances in the first 4 minutes of the game against Galatasaray. But after that, Galatasaray settled, and they didn't sit back to play counter-attack football. Galatasaray didn't sit back to play counter-attack football. They went head-to-head with Liverpool because they were playing home. So they went head-to-head with Liverpool. And Galatasaray scored early minute in the game. Mario Lamela scored. After that, both teams, Liverpool had chances to equalize, but Galatasaray, they were strong defensively. And Victor Osimhen walked his socks off. He was sensational in that game. He pressed, he terrorized the Liverpool center back. And Ibrahima Konate was shocking. This guy, since the beginning of this season, he has been a very terrible player. So, English team, Liverpool, first game of the last 16, they lost 1-0 at Galatasaray on Tuesday. But I still get Liverpool the edge because at Anfield, European night, under the lights at Anfield is a different place to be. They lost 2019, the year they won their last Champions League. They lost the first leg to Barcelona 3-0, and they defeated Barcelona at Anfield 4-0. So Liverpool, they have that in them. But I don't know whether this team, this Arne Slot team, I don't know whether they have it in them. But it's going to be a difficult match. It's going to be a difficult match. Then, on Tuesday, another one. Tottenham Hotspur, a team that has so many injuries this season. But yet, they still have a lot of players in there to put out a fight. Despite the many injuries Tottenham Hotspur had, they still have Richarlison, Kolo Muani, and Dominic Solanke, Pedro Porro, Pamatasa, Gray, Spence. They still have Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven. They still have so many players in there. But that team is done. They are finished. They are finished. The first 16 minutes, they were already 3-0 down. How is that even possible? You are playing away from home, a European night against Atletico Madrid, a team that usually don't really attack. They play counter-attacking football, yet they were 3-0 up in the first 14 minutes or in the first 16 minutes of the game. They were already 3-0 up in the first 16 minutes of the game. Tottenham, they were shocking, especially the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper that started the game, Anthony Kinski. Kinski was shocking in that game. Absolutely shocking. The first goal, gave the ball away, third goal, a missed kick. So he was responsible for 2 goals. And another defensive error, making Van der Ven fell on the ground to allow them to make it 2-0. So the first 3 goals that Tottenham conceded in that game, they were all avoidable goals. It's not like Atletico Madrid, they were sensational, magnificent. That's why they were 3-0 up. No, it was a defensive calamity that allowed Atletico Madrid to be 3-0 up in the first 16 minutes of the game. All the first 3 goals were Tottenham conceded then, they were all errors. They were goals that could have been avoided. But they are done. Their hair's gone. I don't even know whether they have it in them to fight relegation battle. I don't think Tottenham have it in them to fight this relegation battle because they're going to struggle to stay in the Premier League. And that, to me, in my humble opinion, is over because defensively, Tottenham, they are awful. There is no way Spurs making a comeback from that game. They lost 5-2. I don't think they will make a comeback because Atletico de Madrid, they are a team that knows how to sit back and play counter. And Julian Alvarez, Antoine Griezmann, those guys will catch them on the break at the Mola Lokma. So Tottenham is out of this star. I don't think Tottenham can pull out a miracle, especially this Tottenham team that has not won a game in 2026. 11 consecutive games in the Premier League, they are winless. And now the Champions League add to that. 12 consecutive games, they are winless in 12 consecutive games. Lost 8, draw 4. That is abysmal. And I don't see Tottenham Hotspur making a comeback from this one. Barcelona again, Newcastle United, and then 1-1. Newcastle United, perfect tactics from their manager, but they were so naive They still wanted to score, and Barcelona got a penalty in the last minute of the game. They were so naive. They should have won that game. Newcastle didn't deserve to lose. Their naivety cost them that game. They should have just sat back and just allowed the clock to run down. But it was a silly mistake from Theo, a poor challenge, caused a penalty on Danny Obo, and Lamine Yamal converted in the last kick of the game to make it 1-1. But unless Newcastle United perform miracle, because miracle do happen. But I think Barcelona have the edge here at the Camp Nou, even though now the Barcelona of the old, I just think Barcelona will win in front of their fan next week in the return leg. So, Bayern Munich, the other game on that day, Bayern Munich defeated Atalanta, the last Italian team in the Champions League. Bayern Munich defeated them in Italy 6-1. That was a convincing defeat. Convincing victory from Bayern Munich. They had 13 shots on target. 13. Dominated the game from start to finish. They never took their foot from the gas. From start to finish. Michael Olise, sensational. He was electric. This guy, he doesn't have the PR. This is the reason why you don't really hear about Michael Olise in the media like that. But he is one of the best players in the world currently. This guy, right now, he has over 40 GA. The season is not yet done. He scored 2 brilliant goals. Sensational. Michael Olise, he is one of the best winger right now in world football, particularly from the right hand side. The right winger, he and Lamine Yamal, I think they clear of anyone right now in world football as a right winger. So that time is over, is done. There is no way Atalanta going to pull out a fight in Germany. The time is finished. Atalanta is done. So the return leg will be like a friendly match. It's already over for Atalanta. So all the Italian team, they are out. Excuse me. So the first game on Wednesday, Arsenal again, Bayer Leverkusen. Many expected Arsenal to defeat Leverkusen. But Leverkusen, I was surprised. I was shocked. I didn't want to watch the game first, but I was home and I put the game on. As I sat there for the first 20-25 minutes, Leverkusen, they really moved the ball well. They were moving the ball quickly. And Arsenal, they were so slow, sloppy in possession. Very, very slow. Leverkusen deserved to win this game. I don't think Arsenal deserved anything from this game. They were lucky. Arsenal came all of that game with a draw because of hard luck. And let's talk about the referee decision on that penalty. The foul on Nonima Dweke. I don't think every contact in a box is a penalty. I don't think so. Every contact in a penalty box should not be a penalty. That penalty that Arsenal got against Bayern Leverkusen, if it was the other way around, all the Arsenal fans who have been on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, that they don't want them to win. That was never a penalty. That was so soft, you cannot give such penalty at this stage of the competition. No. That is not a penalty. That even more like a dive than a penalty. It should have never been a penalty. Bayer Leverkusen should have won that game. But Arsenal, they are clear favorite now to qualify. Even though it is the Champions League, you never know. For 5 minutes, an Arsenal player can receive can do something silly and get a red card. It's a different ball game. Arsenal do have the edge to qualify, but Bayern Leverkusen, the way I saw them playing, if they can continue playing like that, I think they stand a little chance to qualify to the next round of the competition. But as it stands right now, Arsenal is the clear favorite to advance to the quarterfinal from that game. So, Bundesliga, this team is doing miracle. Bundesliga against Sporting Lisbon in Norway. Bundesliga won 3-0. Clinical. They are so efficient. This team is going places. And a lot of people doubting Bundesliga. But what Bundesliga is doing, they're beating Mercedes, they are beating Inter Milan, who anyway, they are doing so many amazing things in this competition. They stand a chance to go as far as the semi-final or the final. Because they are performing. They play as a unit. They play as a group. Bundesliga play as a group. Collectively, they are sensational. That was a deserving victory. And I think this time is over. Because Bundesliga, they don't stop running. They're going to give you a game. They don't stop running. That was a good victory. 3-0. Then they go to Portugal next week with a 3-goal lead. But in my humble opinion, I think Bundesliga going to qualify for the quarterfinal where they will face Arsenal. So, Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea. What a game of football. Sensational game. First goal, brilliant goal scored by Bradley Barcola. Straight into the roof of the net. That was a very brilliant goal. And Chelsea scored in the 28 minutes to make it 1-1 through Malo Gusto. That was a poor defensive play from Paris Saint-Germain because the left back was nowhere to be found. Every one of them went in field and left the entire left side empty. No Paris Saint-Germain player was there. So they played the ball to Malo Gusto and just slotted home to make it 1-0. But a brilliant counter goal scored by Ousmane Dembele. Brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Goal Pamasha, saved by the goalkeeper. Brilliant counter attack. Put Ousmane Dembele through on goal. He has the pace. Again, two defenders. And the way in which it's very, very difficult to mark Ousmane Dembele. Ousmane Dembele, he is the only footballer right now that completely two-footed. Some players, they can kick with the other foot. But the Ousmane Dembele, he is two-footed. You don't know which foot he's going to kick with. You don't know the foot he's going to kick with. His two-foot equal. He scored a brilliant goal to make it 2-1. But in the second half, Chelsea equalized through Enzo Fernandez. And that goal, I think it was on Desiree Doué. The ball was played into Doué, even though the ball was not a good ball, but Doué should have gone towards the ball, run towards the ball. He shouldn't have stood up like a statue. Then the ball get intercepted and he lazily tracked back. And it was caught back into the penalty area and Enzo Fernandez scored to make it 2-0. So at that stage, I think Chelsea should have remained compact. The game is 2-2. Second half, remain compact. Don't open up. Play a counter-attack football. There will be a lot of space in behind because Paris Saint-Germain will be pushing up for another goal. So there will be a lot of space in behind. Hakimi will be flying on the right wing. Nuno Mendes will be flying on the left wing. And you have Marquinhos and Pacho. They will also be, the line will be higher up. But Chelsea still went for the kill. They play like they were forced to win. And Champions League knockout stage or draw away from home is not a bad result. But a mistake, horrendous mistake from their goalkeeper, allowed Vitinha to make it 3-2. Then the man who came from the bench, Kvaratskhelia, scored twice late on to bury Chelsea to put it in the spliff 5-2. Here's the thing. Paris Saint-Germain been playing now for 2 seasons, no rest. They should have rested this summer, but they were participating in the Club World Cup, the competition that Chelsea won. And all the Chelsea fans were making noise that they are world champion. Now, you world champion, but you cannot defeat the European champion. And they got humble. Chelsea got humble. Paris Saint-Germain humble Chelsea. They were becoming cocky, like they have right to win the Champions League. They were talking like they were Real Madrid. The only people are sort of be cocky when it comes to Champions League like Real Madrid. But I let the way Paris Saint-Germain humble and hold that Chelsea. You guys got humble by Paris Saint-Germain. And look at what happened. Paris Saint-Germain bringing on people like Kvaratskhelia in that game. They bringing people like Kvaratskhelia on in that game. And Chelsea were bringing on Delap. Look at the difference in quality. There's a huge difference in quality. Huge difference. It's huge. And they brought on Garnacho, Romeo Leva. There was nothing. Chelsea don't have the bench to change anything around. They don't have it. You have people like Garnacho, Badeishi, Leon Delap. There is nothing those guys are going to do. If you are losing, nothing they're going to do to come out to change the game around. So it costs them. And I think Chelsea, they are done. There is no way they can beat Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 without Paris scoring. Chelsea cannot score 3 goals without Paris Saint-Germain scoring in the game. So because defensively, it doesn't matter who the center defensive pairing are. Chelsea, their center defense is terrible. It doesn't matter who plays there. The center defense for Chelsea is terrible. They don't have good center defense. And the immaturity, the squad is immature. So Chelsea gonna struggle. So Chelsea, they don't have that maturity. They take it all Joao Pedro. I think that was a mistake. Joao Pedro was holding onto the ball up front. You took out Joao Pedro for Leon Delap. Delap said he joined Chelsea. He has been terrible. There's no way they should have made that substitution. And the decision from their coach to replace Sanchez with Jorgensen was a terrible mistake. Why are you replacing Sanchez? Sanchez been one of the best goalkeepers this season. He has saved a lot of shots this season. Why are you not telling your goalkeeper to play long? What an obsession with they playing from the back? What is the obsession with they playing from the back? Playing from the back, your goalkeeper got to be good with his legs, or else it's going to cost you goals. And that what happened against Chelsea. Playing from the back cost their goal on Wednesday. And next week, Tuesday, they return there. I can see Chelsea qualifying over Paris Saint-Germain. I think they were not at their best. They haven't been at their best this season as compared to the second phase last season, but they got the job done. If you have told them that they will win Chelsea 3 goals different, they were taking a before kickoff. And I think they are likely to qualify. I think that time is done. Because Chelsea defensively, they are not good. I can see Chelsea stopping Kvaratskhelia, Barcola, Ousmane Dembele Doué from scoring. I can see it. Because Chelsea, their centre-back pairing, useless. I don't see them stopping Barcola from scoring for 90 minutes or Kvaratskhelia from scoring for 90 minutes. I don't see it. So I think on Tuesday, Paris Saint-Germain will qualify for the quarterfinal of the Champions League. So we move on to the last one. Real Madrid football heritage. Real Madrid defeated Manchester City 3-0. All 3 goals coming in the first half. Going into this game, a lot of pundits, fans, rival fans, even the Real Madrid fans, the Manchester City fan, the neutral, everyone was betting, everyone was putting their money on Manchester City to beat Real Madrid. Particularly the form of Real Madrid in La Liga, they have been absolutely abysmal for the past few weeks. They have been abysmal. And having injuries to some key players like Militao, Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, all those guys out. They are injured. And in Mayfield, they started an 18-year-old alongside Tchouaméni and Valverde. In Mayfield, Thiago Peters Pina, or young Thiago, making his debut in the last 16 of the Champions League. Ada Gula, another young player. So, if you look at the team sheet, you expected Man City to brush Real Madrid aside. You expected Man City to kill Madrid. But, I don't know why. It doesn't matter. Real Madrid, once they pull out jersey, it's written on the Real Madrid, that jersey. I don't know what is in that jersey, no matter how terrible Real Madrid, no matter how terrible they are. But once they wear that jersey in the Champions League, they are different. They tend to animal. They tend to bulldogs, chasing other animals to consume them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Real Madrid in the Champions League, it doesn't matter how fun domestically, it's a total different Real Madrid team. And they were sensational. They were absolutely phenomenal. Federico Valverde. This guy plays almost every position on the pitch apart from the goalkeeper position. The way in which he scored those 3 goals were out of this world. Let's go to the first one. A pass directly from the Real Madrid goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. A direct pass playing behind the City left back. And he get past him easily. He get past through Nico O'Reilly easily. And Donnarumma came all rushing. But I don't know whether he thought he was also back because he decided not to stop the ball from going. He thought he was also back, so he wanted to touch the ball with him. I'm like, bro, you are in a penalty box. Why you don't want to touch the ball? And what a goal from Federico Valverde. slotted the ball into the back of the empty net. 1-0. Say, okay, probably Messi they're gonna wake up now. This is a wake-up call. Yeah, Real Madrid kept pressing. Real Madrid kept their shape, their composure. They kept their shape. A pass from Vini Jr. into the pathway of Valverde again. Valverde scored 2-0. Yet, people still have hope because it was early on in the game. People are still have hope in Man City until the third goal came. A brilliant ball from Brahim Diaz over the top. A rushing Magui. He just played the ball over Magui and smashed it into the net. What a player, what a goal. And Vini Jr. should have made it 4-0. Real Madrid should have won that game 4-0. Vini Jr., you cannot play with a penalty like that. You should be smashing that ball into the roof of the net, not to pass the goalkeeper. That was a crazy penalty from Vinicius Jr. But I think with Madrid experience in the Champions League, the way Madrid approach Champions League now is different. So I don't think City is coming back from this one, because defensively City, they are struggling defensively. They don't have that defense to continue Real Madrid, especially with Kylian Mbappe will be back for the return leg. And Madrid are going to play a counter-attack football at the Etihad. They're going to sit back and play counter for Vinicius Jr., who has a lot of pace, and Kylian Mbappe, who is super when it comes to pace. So, that being said, in my humble opinion, I think Real Madrid going to qualify to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. And Pep Guardiola, he got his status wrong. What was Guardiola thinking? You know, this guy, he acts too clever. This is his problem. He acts like he is the best. Tactically, he's the best. Technically, the best. That's how he behaves. He is so arrogant. His arrogance has cost him a lot of games. The Champions League final in 2021 against Chelsea, his arrogance costing that Champions League. He benched Fernandinho, who was regarded as one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. He put Fernandinho on the bench, played the game with all defensive midfielder, and he lost a true ball from Mason Mount to Kai Havertz. So this is the problem. Pep acts too smart. Why are you playing 3 winger? 1 as a number 10, 2 on the side, Sevino on the right side, Doku on the left side. Why are you playing 3 winger against Real Madrid? Then you play with a Bernardo Silva. A Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva playing in the center midfield alongside Rodri. What are you doing? Then Semedo number 10. Why are you doing that? Then Rico Louis, not Rico Louis, Nico O'Reilly, who have been playing brilliantly in the middle of the park. Pep Guardiola, for no reason, decided to use Rico Louis as a left back. What are you doing? Why are you acting too smart? They're putting Kusanov, who is a center defense, putting Kusanov on the right side as a right back. What are you doing? Why is Nunes not playing as the right back? Why? What are you doing? And he messed it up before you realize. You have Render, you have Chalky, you have Nico Gonzalez, all the midfielder yet. You didn't start none of them, but you starting Bernardo Silva in the middle of the park. Silva alongside Rodri. That was a suicide mission. And this is what happens when you are very arrogant as a coach. Pep is arrogant as a coach. And Erling Haaland was an embarrassment. for the last few games against Madrid, every time he played against Real Madrid, he struggled against Antonio Rudiger. And Rudiger took him out of the game. He didn't smell anything. Anything. He was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful, Erling Haaland. So, this is the reason why it doesn't matter the kind of Madrid team. Whether Madrid, they are dreadful in the La Liga. It doesn't matter. Madrid in the Champions League, they are a different team. And I think they're going to do it. They're going to qualify over City. I don't see City coming back because defensively they're awful. You got to have a defensive master class to qualify over Real Madrid while they are 3 goals up. And they don't have that. So, City out. Most of the English team, only Newcastle and Arsenal avoided defeat. The rest of the other 4 teams, they were battered, especially the rest of the Tottenham was battered, Man City battered, and Chelsea the same. Chelsea the same. Only Liverpool lost narrowly. So, all those that have been battered, I don't see them coming back. And Bayern Munich is playing the best football in the Champions League. I think it is Bayern Munich Champions League to lose. In my humble opinion, I think Bayern Munich, they are the team that will win this Champions League. They play the most entertaining football. No team entertain right now as compared to Bayern Munich. And I think they're going to win. Bayern Munich going to win the Champions League this year. They have a complete team, a lot of great players. They play the best attacking football in Europe currently. So, if you are not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. The link is in the description. Please subscribe. So, next week is the return leg. So, hopefully, a miracle can happen. Whether it's against Arsenal, I hope the miracle be in the Arsenal again. Bali Wakusin going at the Emirates to defeat Arsenal. I hope for that miracle. So please do subscribe, and I'll be back here to give you the preview of the weekend fixture. Peace. I'm Olaye.